going, everybody? Doing a collection video today. It's my combined PS2 and Xbox collection. There's only 20 games between them, but I figure it's a video to get up. Pretty good games in here. I'd say the Xbox ones are a little bit better, maybe, but start off with the PS2s. Super busted move. This game I got at that garage sale with all those games. It's a classic puzzle game. I remember playing this in high school. A place called Jelly Bean on lunch. Had the arcade machine in the back. That was just Bust a Move or Bust a Move 2. I don't know. But you gotta match the colors and the thing comes down and stuff. Classic puzzle game. Lord of the Rings of Two Towers. Another classic. This and the one after it that I'll show, Return of the King, I'll just say it, are really good hack and slash games. They're the best games based on this stuff. That is actually, like, I'm not counting, like, The Third Age or Shadow of Mordor, which just uses the property and it's not based, like, on the stuff. It's a cool game. You use Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli in this one, and it follows through the movie, and you get movie clips and stuff like that. You got the voices from the movie in there. Here's Return of the King. I got this one. I got those crayons at a garage sale for $1. Same thing. This one you can use more characters, and it branches off. You use Sam and Frodo. You use Gandalf. You use Gimli, Legolas, and Aragorn. Same thing, though. You're playing parts for the movie and stuff. They were just really good games, for sure. Final Fantasy XII. Good game. I played it for like 15 hours and stopped and went on to something else, but it doesn't have the normal turn-based system. It's, real time, but it's really cool. I kind of stopped, too, because I thought I might pick up the enhanced version they put out on the PS4 and Xbox One, but I haven't picked it up. So I may still go back to it. I have my save on the memory card. I can't even remember the characters' names here. Final Fantasy X-2. Love this game. Someone asked me to do a top 10 video games, with gum chewing, and this might be in there for sure. I love this game for whatever reason. It's turn-based. It's the sequel to Final Fantasy X. Although you just use Riku, Yuna, and Pain is new to the game. She wasn't in 10. But this game is not serious. Oops. It's not serious like Final Fantasy X. It's like really just over the top ridiculous in a lot of ways. Yuna's a pop star, gun-toting pop star. Everybody's like having a good time. It's definitely a lot more lighthearted, although, it's serious things are happening. It's not completely different than that. But she's looking for Titus, whatever you want to call him. She finds a sphere. That's what you do. You go there's sphere hunters now, so you go around and you can bounce from place to place. You have your airship and stuff, and you can find stuff. It's got the job system in this, so they could be like a thief, gunner, or whatever, and they could do different things. But it's cool. It's got the same combat and stuff, but I just really like it for some reason. I don't know why. Scooby Dune, Night of 100 Frights. Really good Scoob game. I don't know if that's picking up on here. I hope it isn't. She's very loud. But it's you just use Scoob in this, and you meet up with the rest of the gang, Daphne, Velma, Fred, and Shaggy, and they'll give you like tips and stuff where you'll have to help them. But you meet up, you have to, go through like levels of the show kind of, and you gotta fight villains from the show and stuff, but it's really cool. And ScoobyDoo On Masked, not as good as the other one. I haven't played a ton of this one after I did that gameplay, but it's pretty good. This one's a little different. You can like get stuff and then make like sandwiches and stuff like that. And you get costumes and they give you abilities, similar to like a Kirby or something. But it's cool. negative of being in an apartment. Everything's so tight. Oh wait, I still got 3 PS2 games. GTA 5, an absolute classic. This changed the game. I remember I had the GameCube, and I went by my friends, and he was playing. Him and his brother were playing this. I was like, "What?" I was like, "This is ridiculous!" Like, it was so mind blowing at the time. It really changed the game in terms of like our open world stuff, in my opinion. Really good. You use what do they end up calling him? Claude Speed. I think he's in one of the other ones. Or he pops up in San Andreas as a side character, because San Andreas is before this. He doesn't talk, but he got good voicing acting. This is a pretty good soundtrack. Probably still my favorite GTA game. It is Vice City. Still my favorite setting in any GTA. I love Vice City. They need to go back to Vice City. This one's got Ray Liotta as Tommy Vercetti, the main character. Great voice acting in this. You got one of the guys, I think his name's Philip Michael Thomas, from Miami Vice. He's the bad guy. You got Gary Busey, Dennis Hopper, William Finchner, I think his name is. Good voice acting, great setting. It added upon 3 so much at the time, and it was great. They added new things for you to do. You could like put money into town stores and stuff and collect money. And it's this classic GTA over the top, ridiculous comedy and stuff like that. And San Andreas. I didn't play enough of this. This game was too huge, and I never got into it when it came out, but I played a little bit of it. I know a lot of my friends were like, it's really good, but it's a massive game world. Once again, a great soundtrack. Vice City has a great soundtrack too. It was still a great fun play. I know you could like, if you like ate too much fast food, you get fat, and you'd have to like, if you worked out a lot, you get all ripped and stuff. Your body would fluctuate based on what you were doing. But obviously GTA 5 went back to these areas. All 3 of these had the maps and manual. Now on to the Xbox. Blood Omen 2. Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen 2. Really cool game. You're using Kain again in this. You get all types of different powers and stuff. I think you're fighting the Seraphim Lords in this one. But you get different powers and stuff. You can possess guys. You drain their blood, obviously. You're a vampire. Combat's good. I haven't played it in a while. I beat it originally. It was one of the first Xbox games I got back in the day. But the voice acting in these games is top notch, man. All of them. The Soul Reavers, the original Blood Omen, this one, and Defiance. Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Still holds up. Gameplay is fantastic. And it's the fighting and just the wall running, climbing, swinging on stuff. Classic. Original Xbox launch title, Bloodwake. It's a cool little game. I haven't beaten it. I picked it up well after it came out. But it's just a boat combat game. It's good fun, kind of arcadey type gameplay. It's actually fitting for a gameplay vid. I need to do a gameplay vid on Xbox. I put a thing up on Instagram. People wanted to see it. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I need to do it. It might be with that game. It might be for this game, Dead to Rights. This game is sick. I like this better than Max Payne's. I mean, I love Max Payne 3. I like the original Max Payne. I didn't play enough of 2, although it's similar. This ripped off a lot of Max Payne, but I just love this game, Jack Slade. This has better gameplay, in my opinion. You got your dog Shadow. You get framed in this, so you're going after everybody. Crooked cops, mobsters. But you have to. You're Jack Slade. You're just shooting everybody. There's no shortage of enemies. There's unique boss fights. Just the gameplay. Once you get the gameplay down, it takes a little bit because you're doing so much stuff. You're diving slow motion, which is a Max Payne thing. You're sending your dog Shadow out to kill people. You're fucking breaking necks. You're doing all types of moves. It's just so good. It's so good. It still holds up too. You can use human shields, yada yada yada. There's mini games. There's a cool part where you go to prison actually and you break out, but you gotta like get cigarettes for people and stuff. And you're doing weightlifting. This I might do a gameplay on. This might be in my top 10 as well. Just something about this game. And once again, I've never beaten it. I put enough time into it. I put 60 hours into it originally when I originally had it back in the day. And I think I mentioned this before, I got screwed because I wasn't leveling up the main characters and I needed to use them. But it's a grid-based strategy game. It takes place in the Roman times, whatever. And you got to use either Valens or Ursula's the woman's name. They're the barbarians, Ursula and her brother. You're like the Romans. I think it's the Roman. I can't remember. It's not really based on stuff because it's the affinity gods. And it's got a really cool opening sequence with a really good tune. The music in this is really good, the fight music. You recruit guys. You go to different arenas. You can't die when you fight in the arena, but if you get into fights out in the open world, your characters can die. The main ones, if you do, it's game over, but like the people you recruit can die, so if you leveled someone up, it kind of sucks. Really cool. I might do gameplay on this, though. I love this game. I think I have a gameplay on my old channel. Or I might do it on this. 007 Everything and Nothing. This is a really good Bond game in third person. I picked this up for $4. I had it originally back in the day, but I picked it up again at some point. Unprecedented variety of missions. It's in third person. You got Pierce Brosnan. You got other good actors. Judi Dench is back as well as them. John Cleese is Q. Willem Dafoe is the villain. The gameplay is really good. Like I said, it's in third person. It looks really good. I might have to do a gameplay of this. Midway Arcade Treasures. There's a bunch of classic arcade games that obviously have been on multiple systems. A lot of these were on the NES. Some were on the Super Nintendo as well. Sequels. Like Marble Madness is a classic. Smash TV. He's another YouTuber. Spy Hunter. You got Gauntlet, Joust, etc. Paperboy, Rampage. Good stuff. Castlevania Curse of Darkness, which actually has characters from the cartoon in it. It's right here, Hector. They are a little different. Hector looks the same. They redid Isaac. And those characters are great in the show, though. I did not mind the redo of Isaac in the cartoon because the character's so good. But and Hector's not the same. Like, he looks the same, but it's completely different. But this is a sequel to Castlevania 3 in, like, the canon, and they use that kind of in the games as well. I mean, in the show as well. It's not as good as Lament of Innocence, which was the other Castlevania game during this era. But this one is different. You don't have a whip. You can forge weapons because you're a devil forge master, and you can get your little devils that you can use one at a time that will help you out. I've not beaten it yet. Like I said, I only got it in over the summer, so I'll have to get back into it again. My favorite football game probably ever. Maybe not, actually. Tecmo Super Bowl probably is, just because I loved simulating, but it actually probably still is my favorite football game. ESPN NFL 2K5, the last one they made before Madden. I mean, EA snatched up the rights completely because they were terrified of this game. Because this game was better than the Maddens at the time, and they would release this at $20. It's just classic gameplay, and you can make your little house type thing and stuff. It was just an awesome, awesome game. And last one is Thief Deadly Shadows, which is a really cool stealth game. You got to keep in the shadows. The gameplay and the atmosphere in these games is really good, so that's a plus. Maybe that's probably a little too slow to do gameplay on this. But yeah, those are my Xbox PS2 games. I want to see if the background noise picked up or not, so I might have to film this a third time. I tried to film the first, but there was an interruption there at the end. But yeah, thanks for checking this out, and have a good day.